13 names, 13 flames of history. They did not just live, they burned their names into the pages of time, from deserts where banners of Islam waved in the wind, to seas that turned crimson under the crescent flag, to walls that the world said were unbreakable but were shattered by faith and steel. But which one ruled the seas? Which one broke the walls? And which one carried the dream that would birth an empire? Stay with me, because what you're about to witness is not just a list of dramas. It is the beating heart of Islamic history, brought back to life. Click the untold story. Number 13. Sultan Selim Yavuz, a man whose name thundered across battlefields. In the face of the Safavid Empire, he stood unshaken. Under his reign, the Ottoman borders swelled like a rising tide until they touched the very edges of the known world. A ruler, a strategist, a shadow that even time fears to erase. Watch now. Witness the sword and the Sharia march as one. Number 12. Sultan Abdul Hamid. They called him the last great caliph. A man who played the game of empires with a mind sharper than any blade. Enemies plotted, allies betrayed, but his dignity never bent. His famous dialogue, "Tell my Hamid that every night he sends blessings, but last night he forgot." A line that still pierces hearts. Available now, dubbed in Urdu. Click to see the strategy that saved an empire. Number 11. Salahuddin Ayyubi, the Lion of Islam. The man who after centuries raised the flag of Islam over Jerusalem again. When he dreamed, the Prophet himself was in that dream, assigning him the burden of destiny. This isn't just a drama, it is a call to remember what courage truly means. Click to witness the lion's roar. Number 10. Kosem Sultan, from a slave girl to the most powerful woman of her age. She sat in the shadows of thrones, pulling strings that changed the fate of empires. Wars, politics, betrayal, and a woman's iron will. Her famous dialogue, "It is not appropriate for you to fight, Pasha. I came here to fight, not to sit." Click for the untold reign of Kosem. Number 9. Mehmed Jalaluddin, a warrior who stood before the Mongol storm and did not bow. The Mongolian ruler said, "Never have I seen a warrior like Jalaluddin." He fought not just with his sword, but with the fire in his heart. Click to stand with Jalaluddin against the horde. Number 8. Mira Sultan, magnificent century. Suleiman the Magnificent, the sultan who ruled lands where the sun never set. Glory, romance, treachery, and the whispered truth. And his famous dialogue, "The world is a dream, Suleiman, and we are the sleepers." Click for the golden age of the Ottomans. Number 7. Dastan. Before the empires, before the sultans, there were tribes. Akiz, an orphan girl, picked up the bow and sword not for glory, but to protect her people. She is proof that bravery knows no gender. Click for the legend of the warrior girl. Number 6. Barbaroslar Akdeniz'in Kilici. The sea was their battlefield. Barbaros Hayreddin Pasha and his brothers turned the Mediterranean into an Ottoman lake. Crusaders trembled when their ships appeared on the horizon. Click to sail with the sword of the Mediterranean. Number 5. Alparslan Buyuk Selçuklu. He was the storm that broke the Byzantine gates. He was the dreamer who saw Anatolia not as a border, but as a home for Islam. Every battle was a step closer to the dawn. Click to ride with Alparslan. Number 4. Kuruluş Osman, the founder, the uniter of tribes. Osman Bey faced betrayal, conspiracies, and endless war. But the fire in his heart forged an empire. The crescent rose and the world changed forever. Click to witness the birth of the Ottomans. Number 3. The Great Seljuk. The Seljuk Empire at its golden peak, yet surrounded by shadows. Malik Shah's son, Senja, was the sword that struck down betrayal. Every step was a fight to protect the light of Islam. Click for the Great Seljuk Awakening. Number 2. Mehmed Sultan. A boy when he dreamed, a man when he conquered. Sultan Mehmed shattered the walls of Constantinople, opening the gates of history itself. Click to relive the day the world changed. 1453. Number 1. Dirilish Ertuğrul, the father of Osman, the man whose faith turned the impossible into destiny. Every arrow he loosed, every sword he swung, was for justice. This is not just a series, it is the spark that lit the Ottoman flame. Click for the resurrection of a legend. These were not just rulers, they were dreamers, warriors, and guardians of a civilization. Which one will you watch first? Tell us in the comments. Subscribe now, because history is not dead. It lives in every story, and the next flame is waiting to rise.